product called Maximum Strength Back-Aid is available with powerful medicine that effectively relieves temporary minor lower back, leg, or joint pain and stiffness. Maximum Strength Back-Aid helps relieve the pain of inflammation and the pressure-related discomfort that can radiate pain down your legs, like with sciatica. Back-Aid's 6-hour formula provides maximum strength over-the-counter pain relief. That's why customers consistently rate Back-Aid 5 stars. Get effective back pain relief. Join the thousands who have found 5-star relief with Maximum Strength Back-Aid. Go into a Walmart or CVS now to get Back-Aid in the blue box in the pain relief aisle. Use as directed. Sponsored by Outlet.
Tom Bodette here. Well, I drove by a sign once that said Boston was 800 miles away. Are there really people driving through North Carolina thinking, gee, I wonder how far Boston is from here? Well, while you're at it, how about the moon? Maybe the sign should say, you are definitely not there yet. So why not stop at Motel 6? With over 1,400 locations, there's one just about anywhere. Well, not the moon, yet. I'm Tom Bodette from Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you.
Rise and shine, truckers. It's time for today's Roll Haul.
I'm hauling coffee.
I'm hauling books.
Chairs.
And I'm still hauling coffee.
From hauling coffee to more coffee, Progressive Commercial saves safe truckers an average of $3,740 when they share their ELD data with us. Get a quote in as little as 5 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Safe customers based on FMCSA inspections, driving history, and other data for for-hire transportation. Not available in all states. Savings not guaranteed. At renewal, driving data could increase or decrease premiums.
Were you hopeful for less chance of an inspection delay at the roadside in 2021? Compared to the 2020 pandemic year, you were disappointed as inspection likelihood rose from 2020 levels substantially. That's according to the new comprehensive analysis from Overdrive Magazine's decade-long CSA's Data Trail series. But the 2022 series update shows that state truck enforcement departments still aren't back to pre-COVID inspection levels. Learn more about this today. There are some new risks, though, in rising moving violations as well as hours of service detention. You can determine your own roadside risk with 48 state rankings in many inspection and violation categories. Download the full report via overdriveonline.com. Navigate to the regulations section to find the CSA's Data Trail 2022 update. That's overdriveonline.com in the regulations section. And check out CSA's Data Trail 2022 update today.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama, a Cumulus media station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin with more record temperatures baking the country and more smoke pouring into the U.S. from Canada. Phoenix has tied its record for 18 straight days of temperatures above 110 degrees. Hope McNally is suffering through it with no AC.
It's miserable. It is miserable in here. I mean, I can't stand too much more of it. I'm afraid I'm going to have a heat stroke or something.
14 states are under a heat dome, and California's utility, PG&E, is asking people to keep their thermostats set to 78 degrees to avoid potential blackouts. Utility spokesman Jeff Smith.
You've got really hot temperatures that don't cool down at night. That can be really taxing on the electrical equipment. And so that's when you start to see transformer failure.
Parts of Italy, Spain, and Romania are seeing highly unusual triple-digit temps. Here at home, wildfires from Canada are creating smoky conditions from the Midwest to the East Coast. The cleanup continues from flash flooding in Pennsylvania, where a desperate search continues for a 2-year-old and her 9-month-old brother swept away in the family car. CBS's Lana Zach is in Washington Crossing.
It's hot here. All of that makes these search efforts all the more difficult, but at least that break-in rain has allowed search and rescue efforts to continue.
We have breaking news from Eastern Asia. The UN command says a U.S. citizen who was touring a Korean border village crossed over into North Korea without authorization. Officials say he is currently in North Korean custody, and UN command is working with counterparts there to resolve the incident. The demilitarized zone between the two countries is one of the most heavily guarded stretches of land in the world. A judge in Iowa has temporarily blocked the state's new 6-week abortion ban, pending a decision on whether it's constitutional. Governor Kim Reynolds signed the rule into law Friday. KCCI-TV's Bo Bowman is in Des Moines.
Governor Reynolds' office released a statement reading, in part, quote,
The abortion industry's attempt to thwart the will of Iowans as the voice
Now, abortion will remain legal in Iowa up to 20.
Boy, I can't believe we live in a country where we are actually fighting about killing kids.
Children just didn't go to their doctors, their pediatricians, for their routine vaccinations during COVID. And now we're playing catch up.
World Health Organization says numbers are still lower than
Which
before.
means that I'm going to get
It's a split. S&P futures down 3, Dow futures up 3. This is CBS.
Find great hires fast with Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Every day you breathe in thousands of tiny little germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. I'm Martin Hope, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Dan, a verified Navage user who writes, I've had trouble with my sinuses for decades. I always thought something like this was a gimmick, but one use and I'm hooked. I should have bought this a long time ago. The results are immediate and incredible. Unquote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Tough times at Twitter.
Twitter owner Elon Musk says the social media company's advertising revenue has plunged about 50%. The admission came in response to a comment by another Twitter user who suggested the billionaire form a consortium to buy the platform's debt. He'd only just said in March that he believed it would break even or perhaps even see a positive cash flow by June of this year. Overall traffic on Twitter has declined steadily since January, falling 5.8% as of last month. Matt Piper, CBS News.
New option for Yellowstone fans.
first thing I'm going to do. You're all fired.
For the first time, the adventures of Kevin Costner and the Dutton family will be available on broadcast TV. Paramount's Western drama will make its debut on CBS Sunday nights this fall, beginning with season 1. It's part of a revamped schedule to deal with the actors and writers strike. Show's part of our parent company, Paramount Global. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Oh man, I have another hangnail. You shouldn't pick at your toes. Daddy says you might cause ingrown toenails. Speaking of Daddy, it's time to emergency time to be pediatrician. Yeah, Shannon, our dad, Dr. Brian Kelly, treats.
It's showtime, everybody!
If a person is diabetic,
It's showtime!
Exams by a podiatrist. Call today for an appointment at 265-7585. Happy feet start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Kelly, and as a podiatrist,
Got $5 in there. That'll work.
problems in your teeth and help prevent them from becoming big problems.
That's a couple bucks.
Government regulations allow for
4 cents, $4 and 4 cents, a penny for every dollar. Okay, that's all we got. Well,
So call me, Dr. Brian Kelly, at 265-7585.
Could be worse.
That's 265-7585.
It could be worse.
Montgomery and Greenville. Follow us on Facebook at Greenville Foot Care. Happy feet start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
It's the
all right, there's my water. Good to go. Ready to roll.
And more, plus summer's hottest collaborations. Cody Johnson and Reba McEntire, Miranda Lambert and Avril Lavigne. Dirk Bentley, Elle Kane, and Lainey Wilson host. Tomorrow on ABC and stream next day on Hulu.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show. Weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And here we go. Oh, there we go.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Offered by ExpressPros.com. Looking for your next job? Express can help. Express Employment Professionals has put more than 10 million people to work in the last 40 years in all types of industries. With competitive pay and no fee to help you find a job,
little bit hotter today. We hit 92 degrees yesterday. I think we get to about 96 degrees today. A good deal of sunshine, but there will still be a little bit of haze from that wildfire smoke. You'll notice that as you look up into the sky today. It will be in the 70s. It's likely dry, just an outside chance of a shower or a storm. And then tomorrow starts a trend of upper 90s that lasts through Friday.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven, on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Maybe some fog, light fog in the low-lying areas. Outside of that, no major problems or accidents. Interstate systems moving smoothly into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Auburn, Greenville. 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy, still carrying light traffic. You keep listening, and we will keep you posted. High school students get a jump start in your college career with dual enrollment at Trenton State. Trenton State, today's college for tomorrow's world. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams of WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Tuesday. One of the two Birmingham firefighters shot while on duty at their fire station last week has died. According to the fire department, Jordan Melton passed away. Melton and fellow firefighter Jamal Jones were shot Wednesday morning. Jones is expected to recover. Investigators say the shooter had a personal conflict with one of the firefighters. So far, no arrests have been made. Alabama lawmakers are looking at a proposed congressional map that is very similar to the one the Supreme Court shut down. A special session is now underway to redraw district lines to include a second majority black district. The deadline to pass a new map is Friday. Carly Russell's two-day disappearance from Hoover has gained national attention. The 25-year-old returned home this weekend. Since then, authorities haven't provided any updates on her alleged abduction. Wikipedia released a statement saying right now no news conferences are scheduled as they investigate. I'm Jasmine Williams at your Morning Headlines.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers should post a job on ZipRecruiter. Get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to
For more than a century, AM radio has evolved to meet the needs of our community. More than 80 million listeners depend on AM radio each month. AM radio is also
That's right. Let's keep AM radio.
Which keeps us safe in dangerous times. It's reliable, free, and public safety depends on it. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text stop to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Restrictions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information.
Hey, I'm all for AM radio.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation.
It's time to get a dog.
Prescribed a
I need a dog.
online process and trusted generic alternatives to the name.
I need a dog.
95% off.
Need a dog.
That's right. Get
Not too
generic
big a dog.
Viagra,
One that's
the same
already
active ingredient as Viagra,
potty
for
trained.
95% less. It's
I don't
the
want to
same
go to the potty
medication,
training.
still prescribed by a
Just let them
licensed
scratch on the
medical
door
provider,
and,
but with
you know,
zero
let them out.
no expensive
And I'll even
appointments,
carry
no
a
awkward
pooper
face-to-face
scooper
conversations.
with me.
To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JO.
Just Blinds in Prattville offers a variety of window shade options for your home. One of the more popular options are woven-wood shades, which offer customizable privacy, sunny style, and can be easily paired with motorization and smart home options. I'm Ben with Just Blinds.
Don't need a cat. Don't need a cat. Cats are useless. They're fun to pet, and that's it. They don't do nothing for me. Not a thing. Not a thing.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial. Ben Shapiro. The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Okay. All right. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Refocus on your day.
There we go.
The moment where you
Here we go.
and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again, if you can. It is another day. One more that you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you. One more day that the Lord has made. Good morning. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread. That's right, a word from on high, something that will change your perspective. I'll give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning. It is July the 18th, 2023 AD. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Doing Something Right. Our scriptural insight today comes from 2 Chronicles 33, 10 through 16. 2 Chronicles 33 and 12 says, in his distress, he sought the favor of the Lord his God and humbled himself greatly. 2 Chronicles 33 and 12, govern yourselves accordingly. Good morning. And again, it is July the 18th. It's a day like all the others that has never been. It is also a day that once it is gone, it shall never, ever come back again. And once it's gone, you don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done this day that you don't. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to undo the things that you do this day. So whatever it is that you decide to do with this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done with this day. If you have lived a while, you no doubt have seen many, many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? Well, whatever we do, hopefully we'll reach back every once in a while and help somebody else along the way. Bishop Elijah May said that whatever you do in life, you should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live your life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you will never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must. Rest if you can. But you never, ever, ever quit. Because quitters never win. And while winners may lose a time or two, they'll never be losers because they never quit. My mother said nothing beats a failure but a try. It's not the falling down that hurts you. It's laying down there and never getting up that does. Don't ever quit. Don't ever give up. Never give up. And no matter what this day brings, it is still like all the other days. It is still a great day to be alive. Doing something right. That's our daily bread for today, July the 18th. We'll be back.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading, titled Doing Something Right, was written by Tim Gustafson. The letter from Jason, an inmate, surprised my wife and me. We foster puppies to become service dogs to assist people with disabilities. One such puppy had graduated to the next training phase, which was run by prisoners who have been taught how to train the dogs. Jason's letter to us expressed sorrow for his past, but then he said, Snickers is the 17th dog I've trained, and she is the best one. When I see her looking up at me, I feel like I'm finally doing something right. Jason isn't the only one with regrets. We all have them. Manasseh, king of Judah, had plenty. 2 Chronicles 33 outlines some of his atrocities. building sexually
Good morning.
explicit altars to pagan gods, practicing witchcraft, and sacrificing his own children. He led the entire nation down this sordid path. The Lord spoke to Manasseh and his people, but they paid no attention. Eventually, God got his attention. The Assyrians invaded, put a hook in his nose, and took him to Babylon. Next, Manasseh finally did something right. He sought the favor of the Lord his God and humbled himself greatly. God heard him and restored him as king. Manasseh replaced the pagan practices with worship of the one true God. Do your regrets threaten to consume you? It's not too late. God hears our humble prayer of repentance. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from 2 Chronicles chapter 33, verses 10 through 16. The Lord spoke to Manasseh and his people, but they paid no attention. So the Lord brought against them the army commanders of the king of Assyria, who took Manasseh prisoner, put a hook in his nose, bound him with bronze shackles, and took him to Babylon. In his distress, he sought the favor of the Lord his God, and humbled himself greatly before the God of his ancestors. And when he prayed to him, the Lord was moved by his entreaty and listened to his plea. So he brought him back to Jerusalem and to his kingdom. Then Manasseh knew that the Lord is God. Afterward, he rebuilt the outer wall of the city of David, west of the Gihon spring in the valley, as far as the entrance of the fish gate, and encircling the hill of Ophel. He also made it much higher. He stationed military commanders in all the fortified cities in Judah. He got rid of the foreign gods and removed the image from the temple of the Lord, as well as all the altars he had built on the temple hill and in Jerusalem, and he threw them out of the city. Then he restored the altar of the Lord and sacrificed fellowship offerings and thank offerings on it, and told Judah to serve the Lord, the God of Israel. Let's pray. Father, thank you for redeeming our mistakes and using them to help us become more Christ-like. May we spend some time today considering where we need to be honest with you about our shortcomings and hidden sin, and humbly seek your loving correction. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. I'm Stephen Tabor, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough, and bold, have you heard? We're gonna jump from a big iron bird. Stand up, put yourself to the door. Stand up, put yourself to the door. Step right out and count to four. If my plane don't open wide, I got a reserve by my side. Here we go, all the way, every day, all the way. Hey, lordy, lordy, lordy. Hey, lordy, lordy, lordy. Well, G.I. Grits and G.I. Gravy. We're so glad we didn't join the Navy. Hey, lolly, lolly, ho. Hey, lolly, lolly, ho. We're so proud that we're airborne. Hey, lolly, lolly, ho. Here we go. All the way. Every day. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in a few minutes. We'll see you in a few minutes. Go left, right. Go left, right. That's right. It's Tuesday. No PT today. No. We are the backup crew. We do the PT thing later on. 3 times a week now. Got to give my legs a break. Old paratrooper here, getting a little older now. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but not that much older. Don't get me wrong. No. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I still rumble with you, just not as fast. And now let us pay homage to all the armed forces of the United States of America, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force, and honorable mention, of course, of the Merchant Marines. Good morning to you. From Fort Bragg, North Carolina, to Fort Benning, Georgia. I know they called it something else, but to me, it's always going to be Fort Bragg and Fort Benning. Up theirs. Oh, let's not forget the Fort Polk either. Fort Lewis. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm just saying. But Bragg's gonna always be Bragg. Any true paratrooper will always call it that. Born at Benning, raised at Bragg. Lord, please bring football season back. We need it right now. I'm just saying. I think it started a month earlier. I think we should have exhibition games in college. Give us something to dislike besides ourselves. And good morning to our local heroes. Good morning, Montgomery Police Department, as well as good morning to our Sheriff Department, Derek Cunningham, Prince Albert in the can. Okay, that's not his real name, the police chief, but Daryl Albert. But you ever called the stores when you were little? Hey, hello, Walmart. Hey, you got Prince Albert in the can? Yes, we do. Let him out. He's suffocating. You never did that? Oh, don't worry about it. I'm just sorry. That's old school. I really can't think of any of the names of anybody I've served with in the military, except the top rank, the top. Yeah, they probably forgot me too. Oh, fame is it's so fleeting. Okay, Sergeant Devine, I remember him. And Decker, and Collins, and Brown. Okay, I do remember some. I wonder where those guys are anyway. I tell you. If you ever been, you ever wonder where the guys you serve with? You ever wonder where they are right now? You never do. I mean, really. I mean, even though we didn't get along sometimes, it still was, when it had to be done, we all got together and got it done. I don't know. I miss some of those guys. I really. Okay, I miss about 4 of them. The rest of them, hey, see you later. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. And you know what time it is? It is time for the lessons of life and, of course, the word of the day. Now, the word of the day is an interesting word. It's an interesting word. It means, I'll tell you what it means in a few minutes here. But how's everybody doing? Hope this day finds everybody well. I got to make my print bigger here because, my eyes are what they used to be. Nothing's what it used to be. Anyway, good morning. It is Monday. Well, it's not Monday. It's what day is today? It's Tuesday. July the 18th. It is believe it or not, it is the 6 days. So we are over half the year is gone already. And we ask ourselves, where did it go? Well, it goes where it always goes, and that's into the past until it's time for you to relive it again. Now, the word of the day, it is my attempt to be able you to tell your boss where to put it or your significant other where to put it and without making them mad. Okay? Because chances are they will not know what these words mean, but you will. And you can smile when you say these things, and they'll just smile with you. Okay? So the word of the day means evil or flagrantly wicked or impious. Okay? That's right. It means evil or flagrantly, I'm talking about off the chain, wicked or impious. And what is the word that goes with that definition? Well, if anybody ever tell you that you are nefarious, well, that's what they mean. They mean you're an evil son of a gun. And you are flagrantly, I mean, you are so bad everybody sees it, wicked or impious. Okay, I'm just telling you. So now, Mr. Johnson, yes, Kevin, you know, as I sit here at my desk listening to your instruction, I can only say that you are one of the most nefarious individuals I've ever ran into. And smile when you're saying it. And he won't know what you're saying, but you know what you're saying. Now he'll probably go look up the word and look at you strange the rest of the day. Okay, I'm just saying. But he'll also say, let me get a checkup from the neck up. Okay, and see if I am putting off that kind of aura. Okay, so the word of the day is nefarious. Nefarious. Nefarious, which means evil or flagrantly, and not just a little bit of it, flagrantly wicked or impious. Now, if anybody ever call you that, you got some problems. Now, you need to go to the preacher, and you need to, you probably need to go to a psychiatrist or something like that to get your head right. I'm just saying, you might want to do that. The lesson of life today is something that you may not realize it right now, but you will. As you go along through life, you will remember these things. Okay, you will remember this. You remember this as you go along in life. Okay. This is a lesson that we all, A-L-L-L-L-L-L, we all need to realize. And here it is, kind of profound. There is a purpose for everyone that you meet. Some people will test your patience and test you. Some will use the hell out of you. Okay? Some will bring out the very best in you. But everyone that you meet in this thing called life will teach you something about you. So learn the lessons that are taught, and that way they don't have to keep teaching you. I'm just saying. Again, one more time. There's a purpose for everyone that you meet in this life. Some people will test you to your very core. Some will use you. Some will bring out the best in you. But everyone that you meet will teach you something about who you are. So put that in your little lessons of life thing this morning, and you'll be okay. You'll be all right. If you remember what I just told you, you won't ever get mad at anybody because you'll always learn something from everybody. Today, it is Tuesday, July the 18th. It's the 199th day of this year. There are 166 days left. It was on this day in 1969, Senator Edward M. Kennedy, Democrat from Massachusetts, left a party on Chappaquiddick, that's right, island near Martha's Vineyard, and Mary Jo Kopechne, 28 years old. Kennedy's car later went off a bridge into the water. Kennedy was able to escape, but Miss Kopechne drowned. In 1536, the English Parliament passed an act declaring the authority of the Pope void in England. In 1863, during the Civil War, Union troops spearheaded the 54th Massachusetts Volunteer Infantry, made up of black soldiers, charged Confederate-held Fort Wagner on Morris Island, South Carolina. The Confederates were able to repel the Northerners, who suffered heavy losses. The 54th Commander, Colonel Robert Gould Shaw, was among those who were killed. In 1918, South American anti-apartheid leader and president Nelson Mandela was born in a village in Mavezo. 1925, Adolf Hitler published the first volume of his autobiography, Mein Kampf, which means my struggle. He just made it everybody else struggle. 1944, Hide Tojo was removed as Japanese premier and war minister because of setbacks suffered by his country in World War II. American forces in France captured Normandy town of St. Lo. 1947 was the year President Harry S. Truman, on this day, signed a Presidential Succession Act, which placed the Speaker of the House and Senate President pro tem next in the line of succession after the Vice President. In 1964, nearly a week of rioting, always part of our history, erupted in New York's Harlem neighborhood following the fatal police shooting of a black teenager, James Powell, 2 days earlier. In 1984, gunman James Herberty opened fire at a McDonald's in someplace in California, killing 21 people. People before being shot dead by police. Walter F. So this new shooting thing, I guess this ain't something that just started. Walter F. Mondale won the Democratic presidential nomination in San Francisco. The year was 1994. A bomb hidden in a van destroyed a Jewish cultural center in Buenos Aires, Argentina, killing 85 people. Tutsi rebels declared an end to Rwanda's 14-week-old civil war. In 2005, in an unrepentant, Eric Rudolph was sentenced in Birmingham, Alabama to life in prison for an abortion clinic bombing that killed off-duty police officer and maimed a nurse. 2013 was the year Detroit, which once was a very symbol of American industrial might, became the biggest U.S. city to file for bankruptcy. And we don't watch out, some more of them coming after that. Its finances ravaged by its neighborhoods, hollowed out by a long, slow decline in population and auto manufacturing. Of course, I got to blame them for some of that. You can't move all people's jobs overseas and expect us to flourish. Okay, I mean that's just what it is. Okay, can't move your job. Everybody that going to Mexico and China and all these places, and then everybody over there makes money, comes over here and lives good. I don't understand it. 2020, on this day, Canadian officials said that Toronto Blue Jays baseball team would not be able to play its home games in Toronto during the shortened 2020 season because it wasn't safe for players to travel back and forth from the United States of America. The Blue Jays would play home games in the ballpark of their minor league affiliate in Buffalo, New York. And it was 14 years ago that rebels penetrated the heart of Syria's power elite, detonating a bomb inside the high-level crisis meeting in Damascus that killed 3 leaders of the regime, including President Bashar Assad's brother-in-law and the defense minister. 9 years ago, President Donald Trump declared it would be time to let Obamacare fail after the latest Republican effort to repeal President Barack Obama's health care law was blocked in the Senate. Man, I don't know if the health care laws really helped or not. I know some people say they got it. I mean, if you don't have absolutely nothing, it seemed to be good. But if you work a little bit of a job, it costs you out the wazoo. Somebody's going to pay somewhere or another. All right. 5 years ago, 24-year-old from California won the British Open to become the first golfer to capture 2 different majors on his first attempt. He won the 2020 PGA Championship 11 months earlier. Okay. And birthdays of today. Whose birthday is it? I don't know, but it's somebody's birthday. Skating champion and commentator Dick Button is 93. Olympic gold medalist figure skater Tentley Albright is 87. They've been skating a long time ago. Okay, let me move on now to the more current people. Hey, not that their life is not important, but they've been around a while. Ricky Skaggs is 68. Actor Audrey Landis is 66. World Golf Hall of Famer Nick Faldo is 65. Actor Anne Marie Johnson is 62. And Elizabeth McGovern is 61. Don't know who that is, but I heard the name someplace. Retired NBA star Penny Hardaway is 51. Bluegrass musician Jess Brock, the Gibson brothers, is 50. And alternate country singer Elizabeth Cook is 50. Actor Eddie Maso is 50. Never heard of them, but it's their birthday, because a lot of people's birthdays are. And if your birthday happens to be today, well, let me know, and we'll sing happy birthday to you at some point in time. All right, actor Elsa Petoskey of the Fast and the Furious films is 46. And rock musician Tony Fagenson, formerly with Eve 6, is 44. And movie director Jared Hess is 43. Never heard of these people, but that's because I don't watch current TV. I'm still in 1953, okay? I'm still watching Gunsmoke. I'm still watching, nobody cusses me out. Nobody tried to convince me that a man's a woman and a woman's a man. Nobody tried to do that. They just entertain me. And Have Gun Will Travel. I like Have Gun Will Travel. And Paladin. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I like. And yeah, every once in a while I'll watch I Love Lucy. Okay, but I never was an I Love Lucy kind of fan, but it's still a good show. It's still better than what we got today. Oh, and does anybody really care? Think about this. Does anybody really care that the Hollywood people are going on strike? I don't. All the films I like were made a long time ago. So I don't care if they strike it. I don't care if there's no TV written, no show. It all sucks anyway. Now, let me take a break and we'll be back. So I don't care. I mean, do you really care that they're not trying to indoctrinate you with all this crap in America right now? Okay? I've never seen so many white guys with a black woman on TV in my whole life. Hey, you love who you love. I ain't mad at them. I'm just saying. I've never seen a white guy with a black woman on so many TV commercials in my life. State Farm, give me a break. I know I've been with you a while, but come on, man. Do you really? Nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I've just never seen it. Every time I turn around, there's a white guy with a black woman. I mean, hey, I'm not prejudiced. I'm not. You love who you love. But this ain't love. This is mental indoctrination. Right. I know. Listen, it is so fake. It is so fake. Oh, hey, let me ask you a question. Let's say you're getting ready to get married to a woman. She's pregnant, right? You're getting ready to get married to her. She's pregnant. The baby about to come any day now. So they're trying to make sure they don't have a, what they call us when you're married out of wedlock, right? And then they want to make sure that he don't get that designation. So while he's sitting up there, while the guy is sitting up there trying to getting ready to marry the love of his life, all of a sudden the woman bends over in excruciating pain, which means that her water just broke. And so she sits there and has the baby right there. Now, that's not really, really unusual. I mean, those things happen. But the most unusual part about it is this. And I'll tell you what that is when we come back. I know. I got you. We'll be back. We'll be back after this. Oh, you want to know what happened? Okay, I'll tell you when I come back. You'll be surprised. Yep, there he was, sitting there at the old, talking to the preacher. The preacher was almost ready to pronounce them man and wife, but it never happened. I'll tell you why.
Service the river region since 1983. Visit acbyrequire.com for a list of services and offers today at acbyrequire.com.
It'll be a little bit hotter today with 92 degrees yesterday. I think we get to about 96 degrees today. We'll be on sunshine, but there will still be a little bit of haze from the wildfire smoke. You'll notice that when you look up into the sky today. It'll be at the 70s. It's likely to dry. Tomorrow, for 90 degrees. That's first look at our
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by family owned, family driven, on News Radio 1440.
That's an issue for you. There's so much going on at my work River Region Ballet and more.
This week, the professional Valorant scene might have a glimpse of a future world champion. The Valorant Champions Co-Masters took the place in Tokyo, and Fnatic proved that no team is up to the level. On their way to the championship, Fnatic with NRG, Pixel and Geniuses, who are all considered to be top-tier teams. The Fnatic made their near flawless tour, they only dropped one single match.
Introducing Microsoft. Now, you can see and speak to intruders to our new indoor camera. Next.com in real time. Get 20% off any new system with Microsoft.com/review. Advanced security with 20% off all items. Less than $1 a day.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I get up and take one.
I used to having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't get into temptation, I spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't take it the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying, and I learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
I quit.
I quit.
We did it. So can you.
You can quit. The free helpful wonderful equipment. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This is State Public Welfare Mayor and Dr. B. Jones. Having fun outdoors means always fun, but it can also mean exposure to mosquitoes and ticks. While most insect bites are just annoying, some viruses and bacteria can be killed from the bite. There are several things that you can do to lower your risk, such as using EPA registered repellents.
No, I'm not.
It is best to always consult with a pediatrician before using repellents on children. Also, wear light-colored clothing with long sleeves and always check yourself for ticks. Additionally, install and repair window and door frames. Empty any standing water in the yard. Keep gutters clean and drainage ditches free from weeds or other yard debris. This will also help reduce standing water. These basic techniques can help you safely enjoy the outdoors and create memories that will last a lifetime.
I got
about smart about budgeting, smart about college.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart. Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. in the Encore Show. Keeps the Russians don't hear Joe Biden on News Radio 1440.
Okay, before I get back to my story here, I'll tell you about true story. True story. So they're sitting the couple are sitting there at the altar, getting ready to get married, but all of a sudden the woman's water breaks and the baby's coming. So they take everybody to the back room. Now they haven't got married yet. Now he almost said it, but it didn't happen. So he gets married. They get to the back room, and all of a sudden he's standing outside. He kind of like me. He don't want to see all this stuff going on in there. You know, I mean, we don't mind helping you get it, but we don't want to see it coming out. I don't want to see all that. So he goes into another room. All of a sudden, the people come out of the room looking dismayed, looking like, what the world just happened in here? Well, come to find out that when he goes back in the room, the woman has the child, but the child got an afro bigger than mine. It's a brother's baby. I don't mean his brother. I mean a brother. An ethnic brother baby. And so he takes the ring, throws it in the garbage, said, I'm going. Now, listen, wouldn't that have surprised you too? That would have surprised me too. I mean, now, although they do say it's possible, they say it's possible for a white couple or a black couple to have a baby exactly opposite of who they are. Maybe some time ago when Charlie was back and going in the garage years ago, you know, maybe something happened. I don't know. But anyway, would you still marry a woman if she busted out with somebody else's baby the day you're getting ready to marry? It's a brother. It's a black baby. And she just looked at him. He looked at her. He looked back at her and said, yeah, we better call this one off. Yes, they got to call that one off too. I just thought I'd let you know that. Those things happen sometimes, you know. I mean, it could have been an accident, you know. She could have, like, accidentally met somebody at the club. I mean, you never know. You never know what happens. But anyway, moving right along. What day is the day? Well, today is Islamic New Year. It is National Brenda Day today. That means if your name is Brenda, congratulations. We celebrate you. It is National Caviar Day. Now, I don't really know what caviar is. I think it's like fish eggs or something like that. Now, listen, I don't really like the fish that much, so certainly not going to eat the egg. But hey, there are some people who, some people who really like caviar. If your name is Emma, we give you props today because it's National Emma Day. Okay? Now, I don't know why my phone keeps going off like that. National, if your name is Peyton, I don't know too many people named Peyton or Monica. It is your day today. National Sour Candy Day. I don't know why we need to do that, but I don't like sour candy. National Nelson Mandela International Day. A man who certainly deserved to be celebrated. Okay? Anybody else today? Oh, Perfect Family Day. Well, that didn't go for anybody. Okay, nobody has a perfect family. Uruguay, Constitution Day. And here's one that's important, World Listening Day. All right. Now, oh yeah, and let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, the mayor's coming at 8 o'clock this morning. I just thought I'd let y'all know that because he's coming. He said he's getting tired of playing with the second string, so he thought he'd come play with the varsity today, and that's me, of course. And so he'll be here at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna be tough on him. Tough! Today, don't forget, today is the last day to qualify for whatever seat you think you might want. I'm looking for somebody that says something different. Yeah, nobody says anything different. It's the same crap all the time. I heard a guy the other day on another station running for city council, saying that he was gonna try to repeal the gun law that the state made from his city council seat in the city of Montgomery. Yeah, he was going to repeal the gun law, where everybody can carry one. And tell you the truth, you've always been able to carry a gun in Montgomery as long as everybody saw it. What you haven't been able to do before is carry a concealed weapon without getting a license, which I still think we need that license. But now you can carry one. But now I want to see how this is going to work. Okay, so you're a city councilman. You're going to call down to the governor's office and say, listen, Gov, or the state legislators, and say, hey, we want you to undo that law. But they're going to start laughing before they even hang up on you. Okay, but anyway, that's what he said he wants to do. I said, okay, I don't know how he's going to do that, but evidently he thinks that city council seat got a hell of a lot more power than it does. I'm just saying, oh yeah, y'all don't want to come up here. Okay, you don't want to do that. Okay. Also, there is another candidate who's seeking District 7. That seat is held right now by what's his name? McGinnis. Okay, George Childress is running for Montgomery City Council seat. Has big ideas on how he wants to help the city. Good luck on that one. Councilor Clay McGinnis now holds District 7 seat, but is not planning to run again. I don't blame him. District 7 includes Cloverdale and the Garden District. Yeah. Childress envisions a Montgomery where the city council works with the school district to help fund extra programs. And why is that? Yeah, he got to come here and tell me why that is. They have no authority on the city council whatsoever. Absolutely none. Okay, the city council, every time you write them a check, they give you the bird. So yeah, we don't. He also sees a Montgomery where the city adopts programs to help families put food on the table. Okay, that's why we got a food. What's that thing we got over there, my friend? So you want the city council to be a social program. Okay then. All right then. Okay. Gotta be a Democrat. Got to be a Democrat. We got folks out here with jobs they can't even hire people. Yesterday I'm sitting at a restaurant and 2 people working in the whole restaurant because they couldn't find nobody to come to work. You know how to put food on your table, my friend? Get a job. Get out there. Bust your hump. Kill it. Don't steal it. And bring it home. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, so this guy wants to be a city social worker. I think he's going for the wrong job. You should be trying to get a job with the Department of Health and Human Services. Or is that DHR? Yeah. You need to get a job with them. Okay. He also wants to see the city reallocate dollars to make these programs happen. Okay then. Childress is an usher at the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, who wants Montgomery to be the best it can be. Now, I agree with that one. Childress also said he thinks that the city council should work more closely with the state legislature to push for the needs of Montgomery's public schools. Okay, again, obviously he doesn't understand that the city council has nothing to do with Montgomery Public Schools. Okay, we don't run them. We have no input in them. They just give us the bird when we, as a matter of fact, some of the city school board members don't even talk to them. Okay. He also ran for city council in 2015. He received 3% of the vote. Now I'm not going to get him bad for that because I haven't received any votes yet. So I'm gonna give him props for getting that. Okay. He thinks his background has prepared him for the position. No, your background, from what it seems, has prepared you to work for DHR. Okay. DHR, not city council. But this is America, and you have a right. You have a right to run for any office you want to. And I wish him well. He said, I just think my whole life experience, he said, I know what it's like to be down. I know what it's like to work hard and know what it is to have something taken from you when you worked hard for it. Brother, all you got to do is live in the right neighborhood around here, and everybody knows what it's like to have something taken from you. Okay. Me too. Yeah. I came in the door one day, right? Came out of my little house when I first got here. Came in the door one night. I was noticing something was missing, but I couldn't tell what it was. I'm just looking. Your mind tell you that it's missing, but you don't really know what it is. You know what it was? I figured out what it was when I went to the back door. My TV okay, was by the door with the string broke off of it because evidently the guy dropped the TV when they heard us coming in. But that wasn't the worst part. That was not the worst part. Do you know what this individual? I would have shot him for this one. I would have let him have the TV. But if I'd have found him with this in his hands, I'd have shot him. Because that son of a gun went in my refrigerator and took my Dr. Pepper. Okay? Now, take the TV, okay? But he took the Dr. Pepper out of the refrigerator and drank it. I'd have shot him for that one. I didn't care about the TV. Okay? It was an old TV anyway. But the Dr. Pepper, yeah, he'd have been shot for that one. But anyway, yeah, we know what it's like to have things taken from us too, my friend. Anyway, I don't know if that qualifies you to be a great city councilman, but if that's the case, just about everybody on the west side ought to be in the city council because we all know what it's like to have something taken from us. Anyway, we'll be back. Uno momento. Talk about whatever you want to. 8 o'clock, the mayor will be here. But until then, it's just you and I.
The fire department. Melton and fellow firefighters involved Jones were shot Wednesday morning. Jones is expected to recover. Investigators say the shooter had a personal conflict with one of the firefighters. So far, no arrests have been made. Alabama lawmakers are looking at a proposed congressional map that is very similar to the one the Supreme Court shut down. That special session is now underway to redraw district lines to include a second majority black district. The deadline to pass a new map is Friday. Carly Russell's two-day disappearance from Hoover has gained national attention. The 25-year-old returned home this weekend, and since then, authorities haven't provided any updates on her alleged abduction. Hoover PD released a statement saying right now no news conferences are scheduled as they investigate. I'm Jasmine Williams at your Morning Headlines.
WLWI AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, a Cumulus media station. This is the CBS World News Roundup, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. An unrelenting heat wave is testing tolerance levels nationwide. In Arizona, they've rivaled a record set in 1974. And it's not just the U.S. Team coverage begins with correspondent Jonathan Bigliotti in Los Angeles.
California firefighters are working around the clock battling multiple brush fires throughout the state as it faces its hottest weather of the year. And the Phoenix area set a new record for the amount of electricity used. The city also broke a heat record today after experiencing 19 consecutive days of 110 degrees or higher.
I'm Vicky Barker at the Foreign Desk in London. Tourists in Rome defeated by the heat.
It's making it kind of miserable. I'm ready to go back to my hotel instead of walking around.
The same scene playing out at tourist destinations across southern Europe where extreme heat warnings are in place in multiple areas, and the heat's fanning wildfires even in normally temperate Switzerland.
The cleanup continues from flash flooding in the Northeast. In Pennsylvania, rescuers are still searching for a 2-year-old and her 9-month-old brother swept away in the family car in Washington Crossing. Beverly Green lives nearby.
It's awful. I can't help but think of how afraid those children were. It's terrible.
Their mother didn't make it. Overseas, UN command says a U.S. citizen is in North Korean custody after crossing the border during a tour of the village of Panmunjom. Officials say they're working with North Korea to resolve the incident. Police in Portland, Oregon say they've identified a person of interest in the mysterious deaths of 4 women. Correspondent Errol Barnett reports.
Jesse Calhoun is currently in police custody on unrelated charges, and police say he has an extensive criminal history but has never been charged with murder. The police added there is not believed to be any active danger to the community right now.
4 bodies were found within 100 miles of each other. An Iowa judge has temporarily blocked the state's brand new 6-week abortion ban until a decision can be made on whether that new law is constitutional. Peter Im is an attorney at Planned Parenthood.
The fact that the ban did go into effect for a few days caused a great deal of confusion and a great deal of anxiety and fear among patients and among providers.
This could be a post-pandemic first. The LA Times reports California's beloved In-N-Out Burger will ban employees from wearing face masks in 5 of 7 states it operates in, with California and Oregon the exceptions. Reason for the change? The importance of greeting customers with a smile. S&P futures down 3. This is CBS News.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed, the end-to-end hiring solution. Attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hoke, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Now we know where you can find the worst drivers in the country.
Consumer Affairs reviewed crash data from the Department of Transportation and then ranked cities based on 4 factors. Crash fatalities per 100,000 people, the number of fatalities due to bad driving, positive blood alcohol content, and speeding. Memphis, Tennessee had the worst drivers in the country, followed by Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Albuquerque, New Mexico. It wasn't all bad, though. They also looked at where the safest drivers were, and that was in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Watch out for a storm on the geomagnetic variety. The U.S. Space Weather Prediction Center has issued a minor geomagnetic storm watch after scientists spotted powerful solar flares over the weekend. That means you could see a beautiful aurora today as large cloud-like expulsions of plasma and magnetic field from the sun's corona reach Earth. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Meanwhile, at Larry Puckett Chevrolet, inventory levels are getting better, and the deals are too. Right now, you can save thousands on a new or pre-owned vehicle of your choice. Larry Puckett Chevrolet has truckloads of vehicles on the way, and they need to clear out the remaining new 23s to make room for the 2024 models. Go and see them today on Cobbs Ford Road in Prattville, or shop them online at LarryPuckett.com. Larry Puckett Chevrolet, where the customers do the talking.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact,
Let me see.
Others find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Another Guardian Credit Union store.
Hey, are we trimming the same as usual?
Yeah.
How's your baby girl doing?
She's great, but with 3 kids, we really need more space.
You should check out Guardian Credit Union. We got a home equity line of credit from Guardian to finish our basement. They have low rates and great payments, easy to work with.
Really?
Yeah, my mom got a Guardian home loan to buy her house. They refinance too.
Thanks. I'll check them out.
Connect with Guardian for all your lending needs.
Matt Parcel here with a budget public service announcement. Beware of the budget coulda, shoulda, woulda syndrome. I know what you're thinking. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Should have on the budget with hundreds of units in stock and priced thousands less. 2021 Hyundai Elantras starting at $16,900. Camry, Corolla, Ultima, Maxima, Accord, Civics, Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Jeeps, GMC, all on sale. Would have got special financing with Cap One and other lenders that want to say yes. Yes to lower payments. Yes to lower down payments. Yes to you and not a credit score. Capital One has assigned a special relationship manager for this sale who speaks in yeses. Yes, yes, yes. Local credit union members welcome with rates starting from 3.9. Coulda got more from my trade-in. Push, pull, or drag it in. Owe too much? Lower your payments or just need to sell? Budget buys cars, trucks, vans, SUVs on the spot with local trade-ins starting at $6,900. Budget cars, two great locations, 61 in the Parkway.
And a lot of things happen down to still.
Shop 24/7 mybudgetonline.com. mybudgetonline.com.
Okay, now.
This summer, spend less time sweating and more time doing with John Deere equipment from SunSouth. Because right now, you can drive off in a new John Deere from SunSouth with 0% financing for 84 months, plus get a free iMatch Quick Hitch on select John Deere equipment. Yep, 0% for 84 months, and you get a free iMatch Quick Hitch. Come see us at SunSouth this month, where owning quality John Deere equipment is no sweat. SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
Some restriction applies to dealer for details. Offer expires July 31st.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay, I'm back. I'm here. You know, there was another young lady who actually went missing last week, and what caught my attention is that she was considered lost from 1 Commerce Street, which is the address where we actually broadcast from. So I said, I didn't see her. I mean, I didn't remember seeing her anywhere. And hopefully, evidently they did find her. We don't have any other information about what happened, but well, at least they found her, and so that's good. Always good to find folks. And let's see, like we got a U.S. soldier, yeah, is across the DMZ like an idiot, over in Korea. They don't even like their own people. They certainly ain't gonna like us. But hey, bad chain command over there. I mean, come on, man. Maybe they don't realize that the war is not over with the 2 Koreas. They've been on the truth for a long time. Yeah, that's why they got that DMZ thing there. I'm just saying, maybe we got to do a new military. Because when I was over there, yeah, I wasn't going over there. Next thing I know, they thought I was something to eat. No. Mm-mm. But I came close. Oh yeah. Okay then. All right. So much for that. Anyway, good morning to everybody. How's everybody doing? Coming up at 8 o'clock, the mayor should be here unless they change their mind. But let's talk about some other things. There we go. The girl in Birmingham, where she was, evidently there's more to that story than we know and care to know. My only thing, I'm glad she's still alive, and it seemed like one of those juvenile things that she did, and things happen sometimes. Okay? Also, let's get back to council district number. First of all, let me talk about a particular case. My good friend yesterday was in court, and I enjoy Reed, what the hell her name is. Hope I'm going in front of her. But my good friend, former city councilman, former state representative dispute was in court yesterday, and I don't really know what happened. If just because the court finds you guilty don't mean you did it. There are a lot of folks in jail right now who didn't do it, but somebody found them guilty. Okay, and then there are some people where people have been found innocent and they've been guilty. I got that part. But what she did to my good friend this week, because and you know she's a Democrat, he's a Republican. First of all, I would have asked for a different judge. Okay, she is sucking on the proverbial what's the word I'm looking for? That sounds nice. Anyway, she's sucking on the bottle of the Democratic Party. Okay, yeah, that's what she does. And even her signs when she ran for office looked like Stephen Reed signs. Okay, even though her name was REID and his name was REED, she played on it like there's some people are just gullible. But anyway, so she took my friend and Judge Brooke Reed is her name, and he took Mr. Dismute, William Dismute. He was sentenced money to 5 years of community correction service for a mishap with some money. He would not go to prison for his theft of property conviction. We got folks who walk around here that are still people that haven't didn't get treated as bad as she treated him. Okay. Former state representative Will Dismute was sentenced money to 5 years of community correction service and will not go to prison for his theft. This was who's 32 years old, was found guilty in April of stealing money from his former employer. Whether he did or not, I don't know. Why is commercial flowing in Montgomery? The theft happened before Dismute was elected to office. He faced a sentence of 20 years. Really? Circuit Court Judge Brooke Reed gave Dismute the maximum sentence of 20 years and then split it 5 years community correction and then 2 years on probation. Okay, you can sell a boatload of dope and not get that kind of sentence. Okay, Dismute dressed in a great. Hey, you're looking good too. You're looking good. I like that suit you had on there. Stood before the bench as Reed handed down her sentence. You know what this is really all about, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, and she threatened to make one mistake, and I'm handing down a 20-year sentence. Okay, well, I personally think the guy got screwed, glued, and tattooed. Okay, because she ain't up with a Democrat, and you know why they were so hard on Will. You know why they're so hard on Will? Because Will had the unmitigated temerity to use his freedom of his right as a U.S. citizen to participate in what he wanted to participate in as long as and so he participated in a function with Nathan Bedford Forrest, and Nathan Bedford Forrest was the best guy that I think ever lived. But however, this is America, and you have a right to celebrate whom the hell you want to. Okay, in America, we have a right because we celebrate our founding fathers, who had slaves. So, I mean, listen, we cannot choose heroes for other people. So, and since this town is for the most part ran by Democrats, I think the guy got screwed. Made one mistake, and I'm handing down 20-year sentence. I mean, the hell should they cheated? But anyway, that's just what I'm thinking. I think Will got screwed, glued, and tattooed. You can kill people and don't get as much time as they did him. Although he didn't go to jail, but now he's got to walk around on eggshells the rest of his life because she said, "There's one mistake, and I'm handing down a 20-year sentence." Up yours, Good, that's a good Democrat for you, though. Anyway, she probably believes in men and women and women marriages and stuff too. 860-14-4 is the number here. You want to give us a call? Sure, hold on, I'm going front of it. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Here comes the judge. Yeah, I know. I know if I ever go in front of her, I'm gonna get the whammy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, here's the deal, though. But here, and this is how I explained it yesterday. A curfew is merely a tool in the box to build the house. Okay, you can't build a house with a hammer, but you certainly need a hammer at some point to build a house. So the curfew is just another instrument that can be used to modify the behavior of some people. I don't expect the police, and I'm all for it. I don't expect the police to go out all night long looking for folks walking down the street to see whether or not they're violating the curfew. But if they are violating the curfew and they are out in the street and they are involved in other things, then that's just another tool in the box you can charge them with to make their parents more accountable for who they are, for what they do. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, can they do that? He went convicted. They don't need to be getting rid of one. Yeah. Matter of fact, from what I understand down there, Lieutenant, hell, some of them make you want to drink. I'm just saying, they need all the police they can get. But technically, if you're not found guilty of something, you didn't do it. Yeah. Well, we need to call the chief because something's wrong with that scenario right there. Yeah, you go to court for a reason to be found guilty or innocent. Yeah. All right, Richard. Hey, who's the PPA down there? Wait, I thought the police union had a representative there. Maybe we can talk to him. See why this is all. Which is why this is like this. He got found. He didn't get found guilty. So hey, let him go back to work. Come on, who's this? Doing good. Yeah. You think a man deserves 20-something years in prison? So if he in fact did say, really, 20 years of your life, you can't pay the money back in prison. Uh, I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know that to be so. Wait. They gave you 5 years. They gave you 5 years community service. I mean, really? Look, are you a church? Wait a minute. Are you a church? Are you a church going man? Wait a minute. Are you a church going man? Seriously, you didn't kill anybody. Do you know how many black guys right now walking the street did a hell of a lot worse than that? Wait. We got black folks walking the street today, people and still walking the street. And white guys too. Man, wait a minute. The guy lost his seat in road. And let me tell you something. That white guy, a couple of years ago, when there was a family that needed some help. You know who I went to? I went to a lot of people. You know who helped me? He did. He did. Okay. Okay. Listen, y'all just mad at the man because he liked Nathan Bedford Forrest. That's what this was. That was all this is. Yeah. If he'd have been a Democrat, I guarantee you he wouldn't have got screwed like that. What justice system? It's how much justice you can afford. Yeah, what justice system? Yeah, and that's right. Well, all I know. Listen, every last every last one of us, there's not a soul on this God's earth that ain't did something. And wait, have you done anything you could have went to jail for? I think he got screwed, glued, tattooed. I'm sorry. We all done something. It's amazing how when somebody else does it, we're so hard on them, but when we do it, we want some grace. No, I believe everybody deserves a second chance. That's what I believe. Okay. Okay. I appreciate it. Listen, you have right to your opinion. 7:23 in the morning. Everybody's got a right to their own opinion. That's yours. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. That's the when he was. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. If I know they're innocent, that's my buddy. Yes. He didn't kill anybody. He wasn't selling drugs. I mean, and y'all keep voting for them same people to make them laws. Y'all vote for them same people to make those laws all the time. I fight for anybody that I know. I don't know all the folks in prison. I know this young man, and so I know that I know he's a pretty good guy. He made a mistake, maybe. I don't know, but you don't get 20 years. Seriously, you got people kill people. You don't get that. And if I know about it, if I know them, I'll do what I can. I don't know everybody in prison. The best thing we can do is stay the hell out of prison and stop doing the stupid things that get us there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now we know. We know. We know a few years ago. That me, single-handedly had an impact on them stupid things they put in everybody's street. Those what they call the thing they set up roadblocks. Okay, I single-handedly fought that and I won. So I stopped. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you ought to get a driver's license. That does help you. If you don't have a driver's license, well, they need to pay. They need to pay that money. We got a bus system. Get on the bus. Get a lawnmower. And you, hey, listen. It sounds like to me. Well, listen. Hope and Spot Ministries will help you get. Will help you get an ID. That's right. We'll help you get an ID. Yeah. All right, I gotta go. You're whining too much for me. 7:27 in the morning. We'll be back. Is this personal with you? Oh, no. but listen, if it wasn't for the nature vector force thing, then it's all in the paper, right? I'll tell you. We didn't have to. We live in Montgomery, Alabama. Yeah, I gotta go with that. All right, I gotta go. Okay then. You can say my Democrat side is coming up. I'm not Democrat. We all need grace and mercy every once in a while. 20 years, too damn much. That's the way I'm looking at it. That's just me though. 860-1440. Good morning. Who's this? I'm good. I'm good. We'll go right ahead. Right ahead. Well, I didn't say all that now. I didn't say all that. Right. 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 Yeah. Right. 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 Not for 20 years. Yeah, listen. There's consequence for everything. Yeah, but listen. There are consequences for things we do. No, I wouldn't want him to go to. I would not want him to go to jail for no 20 years. I can get some more money. I understand. I understand. Yeah. Okay. Well, Z better join the army. I'm not. I just listen. Once the money is gone, let me ask you. Once the money is gone, it's gone. You can't get it. But make him pay it back. You know, make it. Okay, then you just lost it. Listen, you remember the old story in the Bible about who's the guy that lost everything in one day? Everything. Who was that? I just said, who's that lost everything all in one day? And his wife, and even his wife didn't have any faith. Even his wife didn't have any faith. Who's that guy? Who's the guy? What am I talking about? The guy lost everything all in one day. Who are we talking about? Yes. Yeah. I listen. If the money's gone, the money's gone. Okay. That's where I roll. All right, then. That's the way I roll. I'm sorry. Mercy and grace. We all need it. Good morning. Yes. Joe. Yes, Joe. Let's go. Lost everything he had. Yes. Somewhere I read. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. No. This happened before he got into office. Well, of course he campaigned. But this happened when he was civilian, wasn't running for office, didn't win office. I mean, this happened way before that. Okay, let me ask you a question. Just let me ask you one. Yes, for 4 years. Right, for 4 years. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. But none of this happened on his. None of this happened. None of this happened while he was in office. Well, wait a minute. It seemed like to me that none of us. it seems like to me that none of us, it seems like none of us should be in office because none of us are perfect. So we want perfect people. We want perfect people for office. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. He got found not guilty. Yeah. Oh, so we judge them. So we judge them differently than we judge anybody else. They charged him with DUI, and they found him not guilty. Yeah. Yeah. You right, but you're not in court. You're not in court, but you're not in court for that. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Now, give me a minute here. So what you're telling me that police officers in certain professions then are held to a higher standard. Should we give them more privileges? Wait. Should we give them more privileges as citizens then because we hold them to a higher standard? It's a job. Yeah. Right. It just did. It just did. Okay, so I'm asking you the question then. Do officers and people in public office deserve more privilege in our society? Really? It's a job. Okay. Okay. Right. You know, I'm all for that standard for military personnel. I'm not for that standard for civilians because, on one hand, I'm just not. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I love you. I I love you. Okay. All right, appreciate it. Y'all get too hard on the brother out here. Let me take one more call here. Good morning on there. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes. Mhm. Oh yeah. 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 Yep. Mhm. Yeah. And I keep telling people it's about the party. And this reapportionment thing they're coming up with has got nothing to do with the voters. It's all about the party. They don't give a crap about you. Well, they can. I, I get it. I'm tough. I'm tough. I'm tough. I'm on. Appreciate it. Gonna take my last break and I will come back. Again, the reapportionment, realignment, whatever the hell you want to call it, your life won't change. As a matter of fact, you know what? Listen, it's real. I did some research out. You know, there's $1.4 billion they said they sent it to the South for for uh for broadband, and then they were saying, well, yesterday was the last day to do the survey. Well, guess what? I will tell you something that most of you do not know about broadband in the South and all this stuff when we come back. And you'll understand why I am so cynical about this stuff. Reapportionments, broadband money, all that's going to happen is that money is going to go to friends and neighbors. The damn sure ain't going to come to you. I'm just saying. And I have proof as soon as I come back. Oh, you know. Oh, not singing.
Why? Because coaches have more information than ever. Training techniques are more sophisticated, and equipment has never been more advanced. Playing high school sports isn't just fun. It's still the best way for your teenager to get started. Isn't that something to remember? This research of the value of high school sports is presented by the Alpha High School Athletic Association and the Alpha High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association. The team is committed to the parents of the
Eliminated negative. You know, it's a good thing I'm a guy with a reason and logic. You know, it really is a good thing that I am. But I really don't understand some of you guys' nastiness sometimes. I don't. You know, go to church on Sunday and, you know, but you don't want to forgive anybody for anything. And we all know, if we were honest, we all know we all done something that could have been good. If you're 60 years old, you done did something that could have landed you in jail. We all did. I know I have. When I was young. I mean, we all did it. You know, what's up with a little mercy around here? You know, forgive. You know, how many times the Bible say you forgive people? 7 times 70? Okay. Put them in jail. Put them in jail. Well, okay. That's what I want to do. But, you know, not me. Not me. Give a little mercy out. You know. I'm just saying. What does the good book say about those that I'll find that out. I'll get that saying a little later on. Come on, who's this? Yes. Mhm. No, I never have. But you know, you got 2 more. AM station that could just not be heard all over the world. And 3 of them were in Cincinnati. WLW, and the CKY, and the KRC, not KRP, but the KRC. And WLW was 700. I had a radio, if I could put my hands on it, for 700. They never really put the 700 on. And they back when we had 2, they put the civil defense symbol there. And even in Jamaica, 700 is JVC. And every now and then you can hear it because they're not allowed to turn those AM stations up. It's just like television and everything digital, so they can come into your world. But they have this probably symbol. And AM, you know, that's too much power to leave in the hands of people that might want to do what's right, and they decide to do whatever they're going to do. And I think that everybody who listens to your show, first of all, should call their comments and tell them to leave them alone. We need those AM stations. I've actually heard WLW in Costa Rica. How about that? You know, you got WABC out of New York. We can name them. You know, we use these radio stations. And it's something that comes out of a box. We really don't know what we're listening to or what it is. Of course, I was in Singapore too. I love it. You know, and I've always had a radio from whatever. And that's important. I think we should pay attention to that. You didn't have any choice at all in whether or not you had to get the television. And they can actually watch you. You think George Orwell in 1984 was actually, I got a book out of it called The Black Chamber, which was written in the early 1900s, called Cold intelligence gathering. But anyway, that's my contribution to this. All right, then. Appreciate it. I found what I was looking for. It says it's the Beatitudes. Okay, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed, here's one y'all keep forgetting. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. But I like that one, that merciful thing. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Boy, y'all out there that stab them in there, kill them, put them in jail. All right, just don't forget, you may find yourself someplace. You may find yourself in a situation like that one day, and just remember, the mercy that you did not want to lend to others will not be let to you. I'm just saying. So, 860-1440, it is 7:54 in the morning, and there are other things going on too. The young lady in Birmingham, we still don't know what happened to that deal. Still don't know how that deal, but I'm glad she's okay. Whatever personal issue she has, whatever case may be, I'll let her deal with that and her folks and stuff like that. I don't know what happened. Okay. Oh, wait, now everybody wants to call now. I got almost time to go. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah, I am fine. I hadn't been talked about it for 2 hours. Yeah, but that's a long way from 2. Yeah. He's not in jail. He wasn't in jail. He just went down there and turned himself in and got right back out. No. It's okay. I sure did. I can't provide financing for myself. So exactly, I'm giving you my opinion. I'm giving you my opinion on what happened. No, the mayor's coming up. So you won't be hearing it. I think it is. I'm sure it is. You can't come to a talk to without taking questions. I just want right. But I need the audience to ask a question, and I don't want to soliloquize. I don't need a sermon or a long opinion. Just ask the man a question. Wait. The man got the big brain. I got the small brain. I don't need to defend him. Good morning on air. Good morning. Hunter Biden. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think he's that far behind. Personally, I think he got a lot of money from Ukraine. Yeah. Okay. Well, you won't even be able to spend all that money. I would give some to somebody else. But in the military, it is a different standard of behavior. Especially if you become a non-commissioned officer or an officer, it's a whole different world. That's right. But if they put you up for court martial or Article 50 and they find you not guilty, they don't put a thing around your neck and said, well, he's really guilty, but we found him not guilty. He's either guilty or not guilty. Well, I wouldn't know without all that. So. They give you general discharge under honorable condition. Other than right. Yeah. But again, that's military though. I got that from the military. Yeah. The guy got found innocent. Okay, but yeah. They need to get a new job. I gotta go, man. Time's up. Let's see. Oh, listen.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. There's a heat dome over at least 14 states today, including Arizona, that are heading into a 19th straight day of 110-degree November weather. Today in Las Vegas, 113. One houseman's been struggling.
I just got physically sick. I feel and just passing out, just feel like having.
Record-breaking highs are expected in parts of Europe and Asia as well. Here in the U.S., smoke from Canadian wildfires is still making it hard to breathe on this side of the border. Meteorologist Jordan Steele checked in from the Weather Channel.
The choking with smoke and the fires to the north are making our skies hazy for so many of us. Burlington, Philadelphia, Atlanta have some of the worst air quality today. I'm talking about 1,500 miles of smoke on I-95. The rain will be soon to stop in the coming days.
UN command says an American is in custody in North Korea. Reporter Alex Jensen has details from Seoul.
The UN citizen crossed into North Korea without authorization while on an inter-Korean border orientation tour, according to the United Nations Command, which is in charge of security in the area, and says it's now seeking a resolution with North Korea, which has been closed to tourists due to COVID-19.
Lawyers from both sides in former President Trump's classified documents case will be in Miami federal court today for a pre-trial conference. Correspondent Scott McFarland reports.
Today's hearing is expected to involve a discussion of classified information procedures, how to handle some of the sensitive classified records in the case. But the judge has also told Trump's team and special counsel to be ready to discuss the schedule for a possible trial date.
The FDA has approved the first drug to protect babies and toddlers from the respiratory virus RSV, leading cause of infant hospitalizations in the U.S. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder.
There are standards that are at hospital for infants under the age of 2, but really the very youngest of infants. In the first couple months of life, they have weaker immune systems, with smaller airways, they're more likely to get in trouble with these kinds of infections.
The virus kills as many as 300 children under the age of 5 every year. Retail sales were up less than expected last month, but we were still spending a good amount. The Commerce Department says sales rose a solid 0.2%, likely keeping the economy afloat in the second quarter. And Goldman Sachs has cut the probability of a recession in the next year from 25 to 20%. The bank cites a rebound in the housing market and an ongoing boom in factory building. S&P futures are down 7. This is CBS News.
Find great hires fast with Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
So the mystery is who is the movie to the one
Who else do these screens here?
what is literally a new detective exploring the possibility of a mystery to a mystery with
That is interesting.
what is your favorite the nearest season to people from the blind
Right on your option with the eBay mode. Easy now. You teach me how to follow up. Don't worry, eBay motors are bumpers, hairlights, bumpers, license plate holders, 122 million parts. What's just a little bit? And headlights. There's a lot of headlights. Get the right part at the right price. eBay motors. Let's ride.
Women are ready to play tennis down under, and they're calling for equal pay.
The Aussie women's team is called the Matildas, and they've released a powerful video message.
We call on those who want fame to work to provide opportunities for girls and women in football. And we call on all those in positions of power to make women's football a full friendly.
They could have gender disparity in World Cup prize money. It could begin slightly with a bit. 15 went on strike, saying organisers only offer women 1/4 as much prize money as men for the same achievement.
Wow.
Just CBS News, Canberra, Australia.
Now you have another life-changing job offer.
No one's life hasn't changed just yet. There was no winner from last week's top prize. That pushes it up to an estimated $1 billion. Kiara Knight, Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The mayor's on his way, so let me go ahead and get rid of my first commercial break here. Like that went wrong, but we got to do what we have to do. And that way will give us a lot more time to have a conversation. So he is on his way. I just got a word from the communication people. So okay, let me take one call real quick. Good morning, who's this? Okay, give it to me quickly. I got to run. All righty then. You're happy and you know it. Your face will surely show it. If you happy and you know it. Clap your hands.
This is the John Hannity Morning Minute. What we used to play. Freaky Joe, inappropriately sniffing girls, young girls' hair, and sniffing and touching, and just you look at these girls cringing, and it's like because it's cringe worthy, it's so freaky. So here he is nibbling on a little girl at the airport in Finland, and like tries to lean in and sniff her or something. Like, I don't know what he was doing. The mom was there laughing at it, like, did you not see your daughter is oiled at this guy? I mean, it's just so strange, so bizarre, so creepy.
If you're happy and you know it, your place will surely show it.
My eyes connect me with things I love my late father. He always lit up with me, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. Since partnering with him, I've learned there's an advanced form of disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. This struggle with vision loss made me want to know more about GA. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry and missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have never seen in their life, making for living blind faces. GA gets worse over time and can be with it. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at gawon'twait.com. That's gawon'twait.com.
Why can't you have your wife up here on the show with me? What's up with that? I don't know her. I don't know her. All you gotta do is yeah, either. That's it right. All you gotta do is she do the health thing, right? Just have people up there.
You can use that. That's why they try to slow down the train. That's good. What's on your mind today?
Another thing. You know, you make it hard on me sometimes. you make it hard on me, brother.
If it was easy, everybody would do it.
That's true. You make it hard on me, brother.
What's hard? I know they're not making it hard on you. They fly on other stuff around here. Well, you gotta ask them, like, why they so fly about other stuff? You gotta ask them about that.
Well, just let me suggest in the future, should you return to office, if you have a
personal reason.
You gotta step in there.
No, okay. I can call people out for what they are.
But there's a certain obvious.
Well,
there's a certain obvious on the other.
No, that's what y'all said about Obama. You called him soft.
Well,
okay,
yeah.
That's right. Don't listen. So don't
he was.
Right.
Yeah,
so then when Trump comes out and name calls everybody from
well, now you're right about that.
Y'all like that.
But now the ministry
well, okay, so do I need to take it down? Y'all like every form of being strong. Okay. Okay. We had no issue with anything.
You got me.
Okay.
I like a good fight,
Okay,
personally.
look, I ain't got nothing wrong with it either.
All right, we are back. Good morning, our guest this morning. Now, ladies and gentlemen, don't mind you calling this morning. You want to talk to the mayor? That's good. What I need you to do is ask whatever question you have to ask and let him answer it. You don't have time for your own show this morning. Okay. First of all, though, before we get to anything, somebody sent me a bunch of questions for you, the mayor. Right up front.
Well,
so
tell them they can come to the town hall when we do that.
And then we can have it escorted out. But anyway, somebody sent me a thing they want to answer you. Okay, now they say they're going to ask you about the police department and about your unwillingness to let the city councilmen interact with the staff.
There's no such thing.
Okay. Come to the police.
No, I'm sorry. There's no such thing. What do you mean interact with the staff?
Well, it says Stephen refused to allow councilmen access to city personnel.
That's right.
Okay.
I call them all the time. Questions, they get them from the and then some councilmen go out fishing for information all the time. So what's wrong with that? That's not the purpose. That's not the council. The council is here and look at that. The council is very clear with the clear.
It also says that the councilmen have an authority to initiate an investigation on any part they want to.
I don't think they have an opportunity to initiate an investigation.
Well, that's what it says.
Something else.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Well, they interact with them. They interact with everything. They interact with sanitation. So I don't know where that goes.
Yeah. A lot of people are complaining right now about the garbage. I told them, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that when those trees went down, when those storms hit, these guys are still trying to pick up trees, and people are taking the opportunity to cut down trees and put it on the street.
Yeah, I've seen some big trees out there in the storms hit down.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard those complaints when grocery stores and surgery, we're out there, whatever. So I hear that I know about that. I think if we look at the storms, we had two serious storms in about a 6-week period. We were caught up in the first one. Then you can find that when we had 3 Mondays that were federal holidays, kind of like it wasn't on 4-day work week. So we're playing catch up, and then we help us that we had some of our trucks that were out of commission, and I think they probably lose a third, if not half, of our trucks that are out of commission. So that limits the amount of manpower that we can put on the street. So what we did do is we contracted out some of the services, and we're still contracting out those services to try to play catch up. We expect that we'll be caught up about it this week. I certainly understand. I see it in my neighborhood when I drive this week. I see it in Southeast So it's not a part of the city that has not been touched. And the guys and everybody there, they're doing a good job. They're working overtime.
What's staffing like at the Department of Transportation or with the city in general?
I mean, we're always looking for, good people. I think we're near our budgeted income. It's not like police. We're down across the city of the state. That's a little bit rare. But I think in terms of sanitation, we kind of do some things. We gave sanitation 19% per year. We didn't stretch it out over
right.
the years. And because things are being able to keep everybody has a record. So there were some things that were keeping proportion of crime, and then there were some things that we changed that were out of control related to the drug testing that we just have to be cognizant of relative to what other cities are doing. So people with consideration use local marijuana or whatever it is, a little bit different than they people. So we try to tweak and adjust everything we can to those
let's talk about Let's talk about police department. Some people say, and I've talked to police officers, there's a disgruntlement in the police department in some of those things because they think that you are too hands-on. What do you say to that?
I'm going to be hands-on with public safety. I mean, that was the only reason why I didn't think to do the public safety director. I want to be in touch with the chief. I want to know what's going on. I want to know how it's going and how things move, and the betterments we have, and then what our punishments we do. I think the police department has done a great job, and despite the environment that we're in, anybody can carry and doing, and the legislature passes bills against the police chiefs, against the sheriff department, against the department. Again, it's not improving their funding for this department. It's not improving their funding for law enforcement. It gives it to the citizens to you put it up. Now, I don't know how many you call it about that. They ask about those legislators who passed that and then for their full law enforcement. You can't be full law enforcement and you go right over them. So, those are things that's the hypocrisy of, politics of today. I can say one thing and then do another. I'm consistent with it, whether you like it or don't. You know who I am, and you know what I'm going to do, you know what I stand for. That's clear to plan the full life. So I think as it relates to our police department, they've done a great job. I think Chief Albert has done a great job. I've been here for a year and working with state and federal agencies, bringing about a level of sophistication as it relates to RICO cases and making sure our federal agencies are doing everything that they can to partner with us so we can put people a little longer who are part of organized crime, who are part of a different level of criminal activity than what we're just going to see on a day-to-day basis. Now, that's not to say that we don't have improvement to make. We have a lot of improvement to make, but I think that's less to do with management, and I think it's more to do with really getting out in the community, building that trust, and improving the effectiveness. But the work that they do as it relates to solving crimes is second to none, and the clearance rate is over 60%. Where the national clearance rate is hovers around about 47, and there are some cities
I like the
in Alabama.
I like the purple. Yeah, I like that. Let's show the quicks out to everybody else, and so, you want to make the headline, this is the way to do it.
Well, some do, some don't, and that's fair. But that's the approach we decided to take. That's important.
Curfew.
Yeah.
I'm for it. Not as a need. We don't want to make the police go out every day looking for somebody who's not supposed to be in school now. But it is a tool in the body. What say you for the curfew, against the curfew?
From my standpoint, for what age?
17 and below.
I don't know about 17 and below. I'm for that. I think it's something that a lot of cities around the state of Alabama have. Birmingham has had it for 12 years. Oakville has had it for roughly that. Our council has held off doing that. I think it's something that will be discussed for whatever we need to do to curb crime and curb young people from not being able to help themselves in situations that come to make the best decisions. Sometimes it means being at home and being off the streets, and that's just where we are these days.
Police Review Board. I am certainly I'm for that, but I don't know if I'm for it for the same reason you are. I'm for it. if I may indulge you for a second, I'm on the city council. I don't have to agree with you on every issue, but you do have a way of saying that people are something that they really not. They disagree with you. What? Well, you know who it is. I know. Let me let you keep talking. Yeah. You have a tendency to disagree with people if their philosophy does not coincide with yours, and therefore they must be on the other team, play on the other team as opposed to being on your team. You know where I'm going with it. So is it all right that we think differently? Even if I'm on the city council, I can still support you, but not think the way you think.
I think that has been proven over the last 3.5 years, and most of the city council doesn't think the way I think, even though I won with 67% of the vote and won every this is what I did for one. So I don't think there's any question on that. So yeah, you can think differently. But the wrath of the mayor is the only. Well, I don't know if I have wrath. This mayor position not like the old, it's not like the old Richard Daley's and the Guardians and the old school mayors of the 60s and 70s. You don't quite have that type of. You have a reputation of not really sitting down individually with city councilmen who have differences with you. That's false. Okay, I'm just saying, that's a reputation. That's a BS. You know what? That's BS. Let me be 100% clear with your argument. That's not true. One, I sit down with leadership once a month. Other meeting open, and we adjusted it because the council, they weren't getting them the messages from the leadership. Okay. If you're not getting the messages from the leadership, then we'll have a date that's open for you to come and ask any questions, bring in the issues, and let's just talk about whatever you want to talk about. What percent do you think of the council has taken up that opportunity? No, I do not. I would put that in less than 25%. Area, right? So, and then that's not to say that you can't call or grab a cup of coffee or what have you. Those are just times when we can meet in between with the city council to hash out the issues of the ordinances, any complaints about grass not being cut, not having the ditches trimmed in some of the areas, things that I would hear, things kind of get via. So that's not. Well, a couple of meetings, you and Councilman Stewart have had some significant differences in interpretation of your action. When it comes to that community center over there, evidently it wasn't an urgent matter to you that it gets done in the most efficient manner, most time. Let me say this. The council had approved a plan that was not sufficient to keep the mayor. What that means is he had start set, all right? And there were people, and listen, this is what problems with dealing with different countries and correct that. People have been doing their investing plan, all right? So I don't want you to say, well, hey, I got to go to Auburn for that because we don't have it in Montgomery. Or I got to be in Hoover or Crystal because we don't have it. Or Foley or wherever suburb, Madison, whatever suburb of any major city in the state, right? So my thing is, if they can have it in the suburbs of other cities, why can't we have it here in our city? So I'm not going to sign off on something just to check a political box and say I did it, and then by the time it's halfway through, the foundation is set right, you got aluminum sided building. It's not anything that I would have wanted to have my name on or any other member of the city council's name on when it wasn't done properly. So what we did was we said, listen, let's do this the right way. Let's make sure that it's best in class, and let's make sure it's something we all can be proud of. Despite the cost. So we understand cost of goods are going up since COVID. We understand that. Now, I could have kept it, if you want me to be rational, as you said, I could have kept it and kept it at the initial budgeted amount. That building is now 40% more, like other buildings are, in the initial budgeted amount. But guess what? It'll be something that the people in that community will be proud of. It'll be something that 10, 20, 30 years from now, we can be glad that it's and it's not a community center. What's important, it's not a community center. It's we have a gymnasium. That's another thing we have to clear up because not enough people in the community understood that. So we had to clear up kind of what this is and what it's not, and we weren't satisfied with the presentation of this building as a community center. It barely met the minimum standards of a Head Start Center slash, event space, if you will, for that.
You never have fought publicly for the community tax. We call it the community tax, whatever you want to call it, work tax, whatever it's on. The one if you work here and you don't live here, you pay a little extra something, 1%. What do we call that? When you first got in office, when the city council, the legislature said, no, we're not going to let this do that. What do you call it? Occupation tax. You haven't really fought for that publicly.
Well, we passed it.
And they stuck it to you, but you didn't fight. You didn't really fight the governor, or nobody. I mean, the whole city council didn't seem to fight it either. We haven't heard anything about it since we were in there, and all the folks down there said no. We haven't heard anything. We didn't take anybody to court or anything like that. I mean, what?
You can only fight so many battles at one time, right? Public losses, he took on too many battles too many times. So we have to, make sure we prioritize, what challenges we take on. So, that wasn't going to be the issue for me. The legislature made that an issue, and Representative Elkins made that an issue. So that's the reason why for me the biggest legislative win that I wanted was what we got, and that was the lower tax. And I had been pushing that for years, long before I was ever in. So I've been pushing that before that we need to fund public schools at a level commensurate with our expectations. So
with no control over the money.
Listen, again, people say I'm too involved in certain things I'm supposed to be involved in, right?
But we don't have any involvement in education.
We don't, but we work with solidarity with our public school system.
You write them a check. You have nothing to say about it.
Oh, the county really writes it.
Right. But you give money in kind. We do things in kind services, things like that for the school, right?
We do. Absolutely.
That's not like money.
We put some money there, but we work with the schools and we meet with the school board leader as well as the superintendent. I'm going to this occupational tax. We brought up something that I think is very important. I didn't even talk about what council members did not vote for and why. And you mentioned something about the wrath of the mayor. The board didn't vote for the occupational tax. If you don't vote for the occupational tax, the occupational tax was to put 2 police officers in every car. You remember that? Okay. He didn't vote for that. No, he did not. So when people kind of call you and say, they got to tell the whole story over the last 4 years, not just picking two certain things. So Glenn didn't vote for the occupation, but he voted against it. And we all didn't vote against it. So yes, you can disagree. But don't say one thing in neighborhood meetings until hopefully they're not watching the city council meeting or something, and then your vote says something different. And we just have to be clear about that. We're in an election time, you just got to be clear on what you're thinking in the first place. Stay on your phone.
Good morning on air with the mayor.
Good morning. Thank you. I love you too.
So what's the question, though? What's the question you have for him? I'll let him answer that. I'll let him answer that.
Well, I think number one, I don't know what paper we're talking about. I think it's evaluated if I wanted to. Then, second, I'm slow to respond to 99.9% of things that are usually in this position. So somebody putting something up on a library bulletin board would not rise to a level of response for me. So I'm not quite sure what that is. I can say with our library board chairwoman and find out.
Good morning, I'm there to me. Good morning. Yes.
What position? In the legislature, no. There's no CEO position to be in the legislature. All right. Yes. 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 Well, we got some long-term issues that we got to address them with the so I appreciate that.
Good morning, I'm there with the mayor.
Good morning. Great question. I think the status quo, those that benefit from the status quo want to maintain it. You know, I think that those who benefit from how things are being want to keep benefiting from that. And when you come in and you change that and you shift that, and someone would say you upset the apple cart for lack of a better cliche, those who have benefited don't like that. Everybody wants the benefits of change. Very few people want to go through the process of it. I had to remind our city, a couple of members of our council, that this city, after integration was ordered by the federal courts, filled up the pool in Oak Park for 9 years. So, I hear those things from people in the community as well, right? So, for those who grew up in Montgomery, a different side of Montgomery, who understand that even those that are older than I am, much older than I am, there's a sense of the change that is needed when we think about Oak Street, when we think about Bay Street, when we think about Fairview Avenue, when we think about North Montgomery and other parts that people feel like never got the attention, never got the investment. And I think when you start talking about doing things differently, and most importantly, talk is one thing. People don't mind if I give a speech about something. The action is what requires the response. It's interesting, the word retaliation you mentioned 2 or 3 times. No one talks about the retaliation from the opposition and those that have benefited from the status quo in this city for decades. And I do mean decades, whether they be business, whether they be political, and so forth. So anytime you come in as a first and you come in with a different philosophy, come in with a different perspective, often built on my shared experiences and that of my family, friends, church members, neighbors, and so forth that is different than others, and you lead with that, people say, well, you're hostile, you're mad, you retaliate. But what other leaders do, whether it's the governor, if it's the senators or whatever, that's just politics. They they use that. Oh, that's just how they do it. When the state senator from Pike Road says that the mayor can't choose his own cabinet, nobody says that's retaliation. Nobody says that's just politics. When a state senator and the representative from Pike Road say the city of Montgomery can't bring in the revenue that's needed to fund the very things they complain about as it relates to crime, no one says that's retaliation. That's just politics and power. Oh, you got to work with them. So see, it's a double standard. And I think what we have to understand is, we call out the hypocrisy where it is. Some people don't like that, and that's okay. But I think from our standpoint, we never came into this with a sense of just being symbolic. We came in with a reason and a mission to change systems and to have substantive impact. Do you unravel 200 years in 3.5? No, you don't. But you continue to do it, and I think we've done that in a number of ways. So I think that's why you have those that are upset, because they benefit from the status quo, and we're changing the status quo as it exists right now.
One of the questions that was trying to be asked a few minutes ago, she didn't quite get it. If this new congressional district comes about, will you promise the citizens of Montgomery, should you be reelected, you won't try running for that position?
Well, no, I don't know what I'm going to do. One, I got to win first. So I focus on the next election. So last I checked, there's a couple of opponents out there. So I focus on the next election. I'm not worried about what the state legislature is going to do or what the Republicans are going to do. I worry about what I can control, and that's this election.
But as a matter of principle, once you make an obligation
I
to
will
the
come
city,
back after, if I win this election, which I'm not taking for granted, right? I'm not taking that for granted. If I win, we can come back and talk about it. I'm easy to talk to.
No. But as a matter of principle, you know whether or not you will fulfill your obligation to be mayor for the next 4 years, as opposed to leaving. If an opportunity presents itself, we're asking you, if that opportunity does present itself, will you stay where you are?
I would say, let me get through this race first, and hopefully I come out on the winning side.
Let me get to another call right here.
We'll come back and we can talk about that.
We got your answer there. I got your answer. I feel you on that. Good morning.
Let me get reelected.
Good morning.
You'll give me a gotcha on that one. I know you.
Good morning.
Oh well, how you doing? Oh, thank you. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
Okay. I gotta run. Okay. I got you, brother. I gotta go. But I got to take my last break. When we come back, the mayor, of course, will get the last word.
We're gonna talk about some of the good things.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Whether imaginary or real.
Well, it's all good.
We don't talk about it. Look at that.
If I start talking about the next race, I'll say, oh, he didn't feel like he won this race.
I think y'all should pay me for a campaign commercial. Right?
What? You ain't giving no campaign material. You don't need to do that. No, I'm going to be saying I need to pay you.
Your people should be calling me now, talking about putting to that ad.
Well, listen. You gotta call out the double standard. It can't be retaliation with a black leader.
Yeah. That I know.
It can't be that now. Then you got the legislature, saying we can't do it in the city. Now with the day-to-day operations of the city. Now I ain't talking about just no tax or nothing. We cannot appoint the cap.
We really can't afford it. I didn't know that. Is that just a Montgomery thing?
Yeah, it's a Montgomery thing.
So you get the police chief, you get the
sanitation director. And our name is negotiated that. You only get to pick like 3 or 4. I mean, we got that on the body. But that's it. That's it.
So everybody else on a merit system? Everybody's on a merit system?
Correct.
So really?
Yes. 80%.
So you got to work with what they put there.
Correct.
Yeah, that ain't.
No,
but the new finance woman, Betty, whatever it is that
that's not an appointment. That is because the previous guy left to leave the Barry Craft left to go to the municipality at the time. And she was assistant under Barry Craft.
I don't know how you can hold somebody responsible if they don't get to put their team in.
Well, that's kind of what I said to the state senator.
I mean, that's just something.
I kind of said that to the state senator, but you try to. You got other motives. That don't make sense at all. It's a lot of stuff you might sit there and talk about don't make sense. I think you might find out a little bit know. All right. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. Oh, if you don't consistently vote with the district and vote with the conference, then now Albany told me that she refused to come here with me either. Just to tell you that. So listen, here's the thing. The governor has never called me to meetings which I've missed. Not one. Not one single one. Not one. All right? So we may disagree, but who do I represent? The city of Montgomery. So the governor calls me, or the Senate Pro Tem, Lieutenant Governor calls me to a meeting. Guess what? I don't. So the man calls you to a meeting. You don't say no. I'm not going because I disagree because I'm having a tantrum. So ask them about that now. Ask them about that.
So many things are going on every day.
They're gonna tell you one side, they gotta tell you all sides now. So they're in the truth.
So many things that go on behind the line that we don't know nothing about.
Absolutely now. So just ask her how many meetings she refused to come to when we try to talk to her. Just put out there, so then at some point I stop inviting you.
Yeah.
I start inviting you to my house. You don't want to come over and eat my dinner.
Okay, we're back. I guess this one is the mayor of the city of Montgomery. Let me before I take any of your calls.
Talk about some of the great news we got in the city.
I do want to know, and I've never heard this before. I didn't think these kind of things existed. But as mayor of the city of Montgomery, you don't get to choose your total cabinet.
No.
And is this the only city with that happens?
It's the only city our size, and out of 4 cities, 5 cities, where that happens.
So which departments do you get to name the directors?
You get to name Parks and Recreation Director. You get to name Sanitation Director. And Police Chief.
Those are the most important ones, aren't they?
There's a couple more that are important.
Which one would you like to have the ability to?
All of them. That's accountability. That's transparency. All of them. That's why we asked that in the legislature.
But you also want to have.
We had some of our city council lobby our legislature to block it. Now the question is, why did some of our city council members lobby the Republican members of our delegation, not the Democratic members of our delegation, to keep us from?
Now I know you wanted to do something with the airport board.
Right.
I think that should be left up to the people. I don't think the mayor should have all that kind of power.
The mayor didn't have the power.
Now you don't, but you wanted it.
No, that's not true. Let's get the facts right. The mayor wanted the same power that Birmingham and Mobile have to nominate members of boards and authorities to be confirmed by the council. That's not all the power.
Right.
Tuscaloosa, the mayor names the authorities and without council approval. Still have to go through the vote for the council. So there's not all the power, but when the airport is central to our military mission, that people claim they care so much about, National Air Force Base, and the leadership tells you that the airport is a major impediment to the mission of National Air Force Base. I want you to understand that. To the mission of National Air Force Base.
How's the airport an impediment?
Because the leaders can't get in and out to go to the Pentagon, and they're requiring more and more meetings in DC in person. And so that is an issue and forced to the mayor from the leadership of National Air Force Base. No different than this community had such a vociferous response to when the leadership of National Air Force Base complained about public schools. Hold on, let me finish. Complained about public schools. Now, when it came to public schools, we beat up on the teachers, we beat up on the school board.
Some of them deserved it.
Some of the people on the airport board deserve it.
Yeah.
We got the fewest amount of direct flights here out of any in the 500-mile radius of any city, and yet we want to go to job. And despite that, we had the best economic development year in the city's 203-year history under my leadership. So what I'm saying is, we want what other cities have so we can do what other cities have done, and we can compete on a level playing field. Don't ask me to compete with Huntsville if you don't give me the same options, you give me the same opportunity. Don't ask me to compete with Mobile and you don't give us the same options and opportunities.
I'm only stupefied by Maxwell Air Force Base, who is a base that has airplanes, complain about Montgomery. When they got airplanes out, they complain about it if they want to.
No, that's not how that works, Kevin. I'm not a military person. That's not how it works. When they're flying commercial, they need to be able to get in and get out. They're also leadership.
Well, commercial, but they're on Air Force Base.
They're not flying
planes, man.
They're not flying no big bombers in here with people and generals and lieutenant colonels and so forth in here and out of here. My point is, and that's a major piece, right? The other piece, though, still comes back to any mayor. I would want any mayor to be able to pick and choose any of their cabinet directors. No different than the governor. The governor doesn't have to deal with Governor Bentley's folks. Governor Bentley doesn't have to deal with Governor Rowley.
Yeah, I do find that to be somewhat.
And listen, and more importantly, the mayors don't have to deal with that in other cities. So it's ironic. I hope you find the irony that those that now the delegation that represents 90% of Montgomery supported. I want to be very clear, so we're going to bring this along partisan lines. We didn't have opposition from the Democratic delegation on this. We had opposition from the Republican delegation, which represents the communities surrounding Montgomery, in Montgomery's daily affairs. The question you ought to be asking yourself, and those who text you, and those who call you at night in the morning, is why.
Good morning, on there, Jameer. Yes. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We called you back about that. We talked to you about that, sir. We talked to you about that a couple times now. This is about the third time. Yes, we have. We talked to you about that. We followed up with you and we gave you the information. I mean, yes, we did. Yeah, we gave. No, we gave you the answer.
I think he's tuning.
Nor do I.
Well, let y'all. I'll let y'all go. I got 3 minutes left, so let me get somebody else in for a second. Good morning, on there with the mayor.
It's in the court system. All I can say. They had about legal authority. What project is being built? I saw that. I saw it. Well, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. What project is it? The Fairview Fire Station? Well, the fire station on West Fairview. Well, you didn't say we're bringing money. Now you're changing the question. You said what's being built. Well, $1.7 billion in 2022. That's not my number. That's 2,000 plus jobs in the Montgomery Industrial Park all around the city, sir. Do you read the newspaper? Amazon, FedEx, Manna Beverage. What's that? What are you talking about? I think your dog disagrees with you on that. I think your dog disagrees with me on that.
Well, listen, I don't have time for y'all to fight. One more. Good morning, on there with the mayor. Okay, I don't have time for a political thing here, but yeah, yeah. Okay. He's a big boy. He can handle it. Yeah. Yeah. Tommy's my buddy. Man's a Democrat. Man's a Democrat. And I like them Democrats. Yeah. All right. Listen, I got to run and take another call. Good morning, on air.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Breathe. Yes, sir. I'm aware of it. We've been dealing with that probably at least the last couple of summers in particular. They could come out, and we have been citing them and giving them citations as well as trying to educate them about why it's important that one, they're not supposed to be riding on the highway on an all-terrain vehicle. Number two, they're certainly not supposed to be doing without a helmet.
Let me take one more call. Let me take one more call. Hey, you got about 30 seconds.
No, I haven't. That's not. Well, hold on, get your facts right. No, we have not. We have not had 3 programs. No, we have not. Go back and look at it.
He didn't do the shooting.
Well, not only that. No, we have not. That's not true. Well, we have had 2022 was a bad year.
We're out of time. The mayor come back and say when he got a couple hours spent with me.
Yeah, and I'll get each other on that as well.
Why don't we got to reach to you first? I mean, why go through all that? Just ask you.
But listen, to that caller, I want you to make sure you ask those legislators. We hold them to the same standards about this Elizabeth Scary bill they passed when Sheriff Cunningham, Steve Allen, and everybody else was against it, and all of us.
Yeah, let's just call the mayor first. I mean, call it me first. I need to call your office first.
Well, I'm just saying, if people want to get into the weeds of the public safety, I thought you knew the appointment.
I did. All I know, you was great to know about the airport board, but I didn't know you don't.
That's crazy.